So welcome to some games we missed in 2023. That was a year full of so many amazing games.
So many.
We had a really good time in 2023. But at the end of the year, I was like, I made a list of a few games that weren't mainstream games.
Right.
So, come more like indie games that I wanted to play with Kim over the Christmas season, over the holiday season. And we got to these games and we played them and we want to talk about them. We'll ask you guys down below, what are some games that you missed in 2023? You're trying to make up for now, you're trying to get back to, it's part of your backlog. What are you playing? Let us know down below. And I also want to say, yes, I played Starfield. I will talk about that at the end.
It will be talked about.
I finally got to it and all that. But we'll start with a very small little game that kind of got released. Not many people were talking about it.
Yeah.
It had high...
You surprised me with it.
Yeah.
You did.
I know. That's why I picked all these games, because they were so different than what we normally play.
Definitely different.
Yeah, and this one had high reviews. Like, people were really liking it. So I'm like, well, let's see. And so Kim started playing Little Goody Two Shoes.
Sir, I love the name of
I
this game.
I know. And we start playing it, and it has this huge anime
opening.
opening.
The anime opening was so amazing. Reminded me of the 90s.
Yeah, like...
Oh, they did such a good job.
I think you said, like, Sailor Moon.
It was very Sailor Moon.
Very Sailor Moon.
It's like a really fairy tale-esque, like, book style in a way. It's telling you the story of what's happening. And I was very surprised. I didn't know what to expect from this game.
Yeah, neither did I.
No. And it was a really good start. Like, the opening was really great. You have, a lady finding a baby in the forest. You're like, okay, where's this gonna go? And she raised as her own. And then, spoiler alert, the lady passes away. So it's about this girl and her adventures. And it was unique. I'm like, hey, what is this about? It's about a girl who's harboring a witch. And so, of course, in the town, this is something that they do not agree with. So you have to, like, bring down suspicion. And on top of all that, you have to build relationships.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh, I remember building relationships in Persona.
Right.
Persona and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. And then there's like mini games.
Yes.
So you do little jobs and stuff, and like you're collecting eggs and stuff. I'm like, this is fun. This is really quaint.
It is.
That's what it is. It's very quaint.
But with all the quaintness, what comes with it?
I didn't know there's a dark side to this game, and I looked to you. I'm like, this is a horror game.
These shocking little moments just happen and all that, and then your character goes into nighttime.
And that's when stuff just hits the fan and weird things happen. I don't want to get too into it, don't want to spoil it, but I thought it was a good twist to the game.
Now, here's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Did you like the game? It was a very mixed bag. First, it's a very strange game.
It's a very strange game. I mean, it's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I find, but again, it's very story-esque. That's what we said, right? It's got a fairy tale type story. It's unique in its own way. It's different from what I'm used to doing. I enjoy it. It's very somewhat slow in some regards.
Yeah.
With the talking, like I just said.
A lot of bloated talking.
But unique. Very unique. The style of game is amazing.
Yeah, it gives you that 90s feeling,
Yes.
but it has some crazy load times that are so long.
That's what kills it.
Yeah. And
you walk into a room,
Yeah.
load. Okay, well, I have to go back outside.
Load.
I'm like, okay, well, I just have to go over into this area. Load. I'm like, you're really stopping it with the load times too much.
I know, and it's not like graphically insane where it's like full 3D craziness.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, usually you do loads if it's just too much going on in the screen. I'm like, I'm just trying to get into my kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And a bit laggy of a game as well.
A little bit laggy. Yeah, unfortunately.
But overall, an interesting game for us to play.
Different. I think that's what it is. It's fun to pick up something that you're not used to doing all the time and just giving it a try. I like that.
That's why I picked these games, because they were weird and different.
Yes.
Kim never knew what I was going to put in.
No.
She's like, Little Goody Two Shoes, what the heck is that?
Such a weird saying.
Yeah. Okay, the next game, I saw this at the end of Halloween, and I was like, this looks like my thing. This looks really cool, and that is World of Horror. And this was on the Nintendo Switch. And so I downloaded it. I thought, okay, we'll try this out.
Give it a try.
Then I find out there's a physical copy, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's okay. This is like a graphic adventure RPG.
Love it.
And here's the crazy thing. It is completely drawn in MS Paint.
Oh my gosh.
We couldn't believe it.
The time this person must have taken to do this, remarkable. Like,
Remarkable.
Good job.
A real passion project.
Yes.
And it takes place in Japan in 1980X. And you explore around and you fight demons and go through schools and all of that. It's a real point and click exploration style of game. And it reminds me, I had to pick this up.
What?
The Manhole.
What?
Yes, this is a game. This is a game that came out back in the day. It was one of the very first CD-ROM interactive adventures. Back on, I remember it was on Macintosh back in the day. This is the PC Engine version of the game, and it's just where you kind of, click on things and explore around. And this is kind of the nice, happy version, where this
is not happy.
This is not happy. This is scary.
It's creepy.
But for fans of horror, this is an absolute gem of a game, and I applaud the effort, man.
So much effort.
Yeah, for next Halloween, this is a game to play. And I think this is getting a bit of buzz. A lot more people are talking about this game because it is so unique, and we don't get these style of games every day. And that's, again, why I want to cover it, because it's so unique. Now, the next game is very interesting because you guys recommended it to me. There were so many people on Twitter saying, John, you got to play this game.
Nice.
And I always listen. I do. I was like, what is this game?
Oh, we love recommendations.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. That's why you say at the beginning, let us know, because we're always looking. It's like, hey, what else can we do?
Yeah, what else is interesting to you guys? We don't have all the answers at all. No. And so this is a very interesting recommendation, Long Gone Days, which is not to be confused with Days Gone here and there. So, because I'm like, is it Days Gone? No, it's Long Gone Days. I'm like, okay. And what's kind of unique about this one, it's an RPG, it's got turn-based combat, and it's got visual novel elements.
Yeah, the character profiles are gorgeous in this game. I always love it when people take the time for character profiles.
Yeah, make them really big. I really like how the characters come on the screen and all of that. And it's got a really unique story. And you play as a sniper called Rourke, and you're part of this core army. And you're going to the surface world, and when you get there, you have to do some questionable things. Yeah, this is where the story starts to begin, and you kind of start to question everything. That's the basic storyline. And we have turn-based combat in here. I really like that with the characters show up.
You love your turn-based combat.
I do. Kim's kind of like, she can take it.
Hit and miss. No pun intended.
Yeah, you're part of the next generation where I grew up with turn-based combat.
You're used to it.
I'm kind of used to it, so I feel very at home with it. But I just gotta say, it has varying gameplay elements here. There's entire sniping bits where you're moving around the cursor on the screen, and you see a guy and you boom, take him out. And I was like, okay, that's cool. You have overhead, walking around, talking to people, exploring, getting items, and having this RPG style mechanic, and as I say, the turn-based combat, which is really cool. And what's fascinating about this game is it was made years ago by one person on RPG Maker.
Wow.
Like using that old program.
Talent.
And they started making this game, and then I believe that they crowdfunded it, and then so a lot more people got to play it, and then it just in 2023 got a worldwide release on it, so people like me and Kim could play it and discover it. And very unique, not a super long game by any stretch of the imagination, but the storyline is very, very good here, and I really, really liked the RPG mechanics and the exploration.
And now we finally get to talk about it, everyone. He's finally done it. Starfield, anyone?
Starfield. Oh, Sea of Stars? Star Ocean? No, Starfield. I know.
It's the year of the stars.
It really, really was, and the stars didn't align for me to play this game. It just there was so many pieces of so many games coming out. I had a schedule. Yes, I have a schedule. I make time schedules for everything on the show.
That was some fine work under pressure.
Starfield was that weird piece that couldn't fit in.
You want to spend time on it, right? I think that's what it was. You just wanted to give it what it needed.
Yeah, and so I started to play this game, and what can I say about it? It is huge in scope, massive in design, and that's kind of what I want to talk about the most. The design work on this game is second to none.
Beautiful.
It really is. They've designed incredible worlds, incredible mechanics and machinery. That's what I was marveling at all the time. Yes, it's a run and gun. You can upgrade your weapons, get better weapons, all that kind of stuff, explore the universe. There's a lot going on to Starfield. But what I was always amazed by was walking into a ship, sitting down and looking at the controls and saying, this is so fully realized that I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And so I was completely hypnotized by the game from a design point of view.
Props.
Yeah, for sure. The game's a bit chuggy for me, meaning it's kind of laggy at certain
Okay.
times because there's so much going on.
Too much going on.
I don't know if playing on PC is the optimal way to go. It probably is. Probably. And all of that. But it was kind of a bit chuggy for me. The frame rate was kind of letting me down a little. And I'm not a frame rate whore by any stretch of the imagination. It was just a bit overwhelming, I think, for what they were trying to do on the console.
You're gonna be fine.
But what a monumental game. And I think it was really, really fantastic. I need to get back to it. There's too much of it to play. Like, it's gigantic in scope.
Overwhelming, right?
It's overwhelming. Quite literally a universe to explore.
We got all year.
Yeah, I got all year. I mean, yeah. I know. I got to get to Baldur's Gate as well.
God.
I mean, and these games are big games for sure. Big props to it and all that. What did you think, like, sitting in, just kind of looking at Starfield?
I thought it was meant for you.
Isn't that funny?
I think I'm like, oh, this is for you. This is your style of game.
Yeah, not your style of game, is it?
No.
Why isn't it your style of game?
I like my RPG.
Yeah, well, this is an RPG, but I guess it's the run and gun
it's
shooting.
The run and gun, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's just guns, yeah.
Yeah, not your thing. That's not a big deal.
Boss lady knows best.
So what are some games that you guys have been playing that you're catching up on from 2023? Let us know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.